Hey guys, Trevor here at Vigilant Guitars. Thanks for coming back to the channel. Today we have 3 examples of locking tremolo bridges. Each one is from a different manufacturer, and we thought it'd be a great opportunity to go through some of the specifications, the subtle details, and each feature that makes the brand unique. Before we get into the details today, if you could like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, that would be really awesome to help the channel grow. We'd love to hear from you guys too. If you have an idea for a new video or maybe some questions following this example today, leave us a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. So we're not going to get into the history of Eddie Van Halen and Floyd Rose. There's lots of channels out there that cover that. Instead, we're going to focus on the aspects that I like to see from a building perspective. What I have here is a Fender style 2-point tremolo. 2 posts are screwed in by bushings to the body. They act as the fulcrum point. The string comes through the base plate over top of the saddle, and the player uses an arm to change the pitch of the instrument going up or back for theatric effect. So the main issue with a non-locking bridge is that there's several variables that can cause tuning instability. The string can get bound to the saddle, bound to the nut, the string tree. There's a whole host of things that might cause that instability to accumulate during a show. You get it a tune. It's just, it's not the best system. So the main feature of a locking bridge is to reduce those points of contact to 2, the nut and the bridge, and lock those in place. So one of the hallmarks of a locking tremolo system is its locking nut. The locking nut allows the player to tune up to pitch as regular with the tuner shafts, but then once they've reached their desired tuning, lock down each of the strings using the 3 pads and an Allen wrench. What that does is it negates the tuners and clamps down whatever pitch you've strung it up to, and that totally locks in your tuning. So once the strings are locked in at the nut, the other end of the equation comes down to the saddles, down here at the bridge. The other end of the string is inserted into the saddle, and you use the adjustment screws to pinch the string and lock in the string across this saddle. What that does is it allows each saddle to lock both the bridge and the nut, and the tuning can't shift once you've strung up to pitch. You can make very small adjustments with the fine tuners here on the top. The locking tremolo system is ideal for picking a tuning and sticking with it. Staying with the same string gauges and the same tuning is where this system excels. It's not good for making big wide sweeping adjustments. You can do alternate tunings, but just picking one and sticking with it is where this thing excels. So the first bridge we'll start with is the original Floyd Rose. This is the bridge made by Schaller over in Germany. It's the Floyd Rose original model, which is the flagship model of the Floyd Rose brand. There are a lot of other licensed bridges offered by Floyd Rose and a number of other different companies, but this is the original main design that everyone likes to emulate. So why would a player approach a Floyd Rose original? Well, for one, they're the industry standard, and they've been using high quality parts ever since they were manufactured. Brass block, hardened steel base plate, these things are super durable, and they're just known for their quality. One of the downsides, though, is that because they're known for their quality, they have a hard time keeping them in stock. Anodizing different finishes, getting the inventories to meet the needs around the world. Sometimes it's hard to get a Floyd Rose, so that opens up other brands to come in and fill the need. So another big reason that folks would lean towards the Floyd Rose is that you can upgrade or augment pretty much any component on these bridges. The blocks can get changed, the fine tuners can get altered. All of that's going to change the look and the sound of your instrument, and I'm not going to get into the kind of the tonal details of what each component can do and change, but having that ability is really beneficial to the player. Another system that we like to use here in the shop is Graphtec's locking Floyd Rose system. It's a licensed product, but it has a few different features that aren't available on the original. One of them is the U channels on the bottom of the base plate, which you can use with Graphtec's different piezo and MIDI systems. They have pickups that slide into these saddles, and then the wire goes down to their preamp, and they have the slots available for that, so it gives a feature to players that other brands don't offer. Another cool feature of the Graphtec system is the String Saver saddles. It's a different material at the saddle contact point, which prevents string breakage when doing big dives back and forth. Big benefit of Graphtec is that they're a Canadian company, so they have a really awesome availability of parts here in Canada. They have chrome, black, and gold, so I'm not going to be waiting on a back-ordered Floyd Rose system. I can get the part right away. So let's look at the Godot now. The Gotoh is a really good system, but it offers a few extra features that aren't available in either bridge that we've already discussed. One little details that I like, the knurling on the fine tuners. It's just a cross hatching instead of just a vertical hatch, so that's really good. It comes standard with threads for a locking system to actually lock in the springs on the backside of your guitar so the springs don't fly out on you at any point. It's rare, but it does happen, and Gotoh is adjusted for that. And then other little details, just like coming standard with a punch-in arm that you can lock in with a fine tuner in the back, so you can have your arm slack or tighten it up. It's little features like that that make the Gotoh one just a little different from the other two. So another one of the key benefits of Gotoh is actually this little knife edge over here. You'll note that on the Floyd Rose it has 2 U channels for the post recesses, but Gotoh really pioneered just the single flat edge. And what that does is it gives the builder a little bit of grace room just for manufacturing on different post widths and also as a replacement bridge. What are some of the considerations that you have to make when ordering a locking tremolo system? Well, for one, the cavity. In order for this system to operate, it either has to be mounted flush to the face of the guitar, the top, or it has to be recessed a little bit into the guitar. These cavities are quite large and take up a large surface area both on the front and the back of the guitar, and the guitar needs to have a certain thickness in order for these systems to operate fully. So with all those considerations are going to come a few added costs. I do like using the locking tremolo systems on our Mark III model because I have all the jigs ready to go. It's just a great super strat platform that really takes this locking system well. Doing a custom, say, sigil with a Floyd would come at a custom cost. I've got to rejig a few things, but the Mark III is really where this system excels in the Vigilant shop. For folks who want a 7-string model, I would go with the Gotoh. They're just in more availability, and Graphtec doesn't offer them in a 7-string model. They'll come in all the finishes, and again, it's a great system for 7 strings. For folks who want the MIDI piezo features, again, those little U channels in the base plate make the Graphtec system ideal. And for folks who just want the premium, like original experience, the Floyd Rose, can't be beat. Comes at a bit of a higher cost just because that's what they are, but again, all 3 systems are really great. So I hope that answers some of the questions that you've had about locking tremolo systems. If you have any more, please leave a question down in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. And better yet, while you're down there, hit like, subscribe, notification bell. It's all really appreciated to help the channel grow. Thanks for checking in, and take care.